We're going to talk about Tucker by Louis L'Amour. Did I get it right, Andrea?
Yes.
Okay. I said his name wrong last time. It's very embarrassing. So I actually read this book because Andrea sent this to me in the mail. Why did you have 2 copies, by the way?
Because I went to an auction or like an estate sale, and I couldn't remember which ones I had. So I ended up buying, I had one double.
Oh, I get it.
Like, yeah, and they're good.
You sent me another one too that I'll read next. Kilrone?
That one's my favorite. Kilrone?
I just ordered that one too. So I'll
That one's my favorite. So tell me when you start and I'll reread it with you.
Okay. All right.
Second favorite. Haunted Mesa was.
So we previously reviewed The Haunted Mesa, which you guys both seem to like.
That was my favorite of his books.
Until you read Kilrone?
Kilrone is my second favorite.
Okay.
So Tucker is a Western set in like the Old West, unlike Haunted Mesa, which was much more like modern day, but still like in Utah, Arizona, New Mexico area. Excuse me. So I'm going to do a quick summary of Tucker and see if I get it right. So Tucker is this kid who's like 17, 18, and he's out in the West and he like works on a ranch, like lives on a ranch with his dad. And they just took their cattle and all their neighbors' cattle. My dog's gonna freak out, to get sold. So they took all the neighborhood cattle and theirs and they sold it, and they're coming back with the money, right? And as they're coming back with the money, Tucker and his dad get in a fight, like a normal 18-year-old, right? And Tucker storms off on his horse and like leaves his dad. He's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm going to my room, except they're out on the trail. And when he leaves his dad's horse comes across a rattlesnake and throws him off, and his dad breaks his leg, like the bone through the leg. And the horse runs off, and his dad's there. And Tucker comes back after a little while, and he comes back and he finds his dad there with a broken leg, and the horse is gone. And the horse's saddlebag is all the money for his family and all the neighbors that they need. And he's like, crap, and he feels bad, and he gets his dad bandaged up, and they go to try to find the horse. And they eventually find out that the horse was found by these 3 guys that Tucker knows, these like young 20-year-old, like kind of bad guys. And they go, what are you talking about? This is our money now. We just found it and we'll give it back. He's like, what? And so this huge big thing ensues, right? And Tucker gets all mad. And the guys like take off with like the money, but Tucker gets the horse back. So then they're like on the trail. They're going to find these guys and get the money because they need it for their neighbors. Tucker's dad ends up dying from his injuries. And the whole book is just like Tucker like becoming a man and going after these guys and trying to get like what's rightfully theirs and like get justice.
Dang, that's deep.
Yeah. So
are we doing spoilers? Yeah. Is that a spoiler? I didn't know like how far into the book that was. Okay, so I'll just put it, yeah, we're doing spoilers. Okay. So what did you rate it, Liz?
I rated it an A. It was really good, and it's like a good quick read too. It's only like 200 pages, 180. It's really good. It's a good story, and it's kind of like a happy story, right? Like Tucker learns that you got to be like nice to people and things too. You can't just like barge into a town and like shoot it up, right? He's got to like kind of be like kind and always do the right thing, and then people look out for him later because he was nice to them.
That takes a turn because the story started off really like sad.
I kind of like how he just like follows these 3 guys like across everywhere and just like he keeps ruining their plans. Like they keep trying to do other like heists and stuff, and like Tucker's always right there, like on their heels. Like, what did you think, Andrea? What did you rate it?
I rated it an A-. I really like the Louis L'Amour books. They're short and Western, and I don't know, you can read them really quick.
Yeah, they're good. Also, sometimes we should talk about Louis L'Amour's life because his life is insane. Like on the last like page is like a summary of his life, and I was like reading this with on the beach with Brian. And I was like, Brian, you have to just like read this page, read about this author. It's insane.
When was he alive? Like, is he a like a more recent author, or is he long dead?
He died the year I was born, 1988.
Yeah, he's been gone a while. Grandpa used to read his books. That's where I started reading them.
Okay.
It's like I don't know. It's a good book. I think the thing that kind of annoyed me in part of it though is like Tucker takes it like so far. Like he passes up these other like good job opportunities and this girl he likes and all of it because he's just like wants to get revenge on these guys. So like that part kind of sucks.
Liz, did you like this one more or less than The Haunted Mesa?
It's hard because I think it's a different genre.
Haunted Mesa is like a completely different than all of his other books, I feel like.
It's like magic and modern day and stuff. And this is just like straight Old West. And Haunted Mesa was longer. It wasn't like a quick read like this. That's such a hard question.
Is Kilrone Western too? This will be the first Western I've read, other than the books Liz forced me to read. Lord Grizzly. I think that's a Western frontier type thing.
Yeah,
Last of the Mohicans. You read that.
Mohicans. And I gotta say, I disliked both of those. So I hope Kilrone is better because Liz and I feel like that whole time I was reading that, I gave you hell because it's just the worst book I've ever read.
In my defense, I hadn't read it before I picked it. That's the danger.
I know.
I'm still not as bad as Kelly at picking books, though. So.
Touche. I mean, very true.
What the hell is Supermarket? We'll talk about that later. But like,
future review coming your way. Supermarket by Bobby Hall, aka Logic. We are reading the book right now for some no reason.
I want to talk to Bobby Hall in real life and see if he understands dialogue. Like, can he do it in person? Does he talk weird too? I don't know.
I mean, he raps, so maybe he just raps all the time. Short phrases.
Third grader wrote the dialogue. But anyway.
That will be a fun review. I'm excited for it.
I like Tucker, would recommend, would read more. Everyone should look into Louis L'Amour's life. He's insane.
How many books does he have?
Oh my god, so many. Like,
I'm Googling it.
Those top two, those are all Louis L'Amour books.
Oh my goodness.
Liz, all my duplicates, so.
Have you read
31 of his Westerns have become movies.
I've read like, I think West of Dodge is a movie. Last of the Breed is a movie, I think. There's a lot.
Since 1816, 33 members of his family have become writers.
Wow. Okay, so Wikipedia says he has 105 existing works, 89 novels, 14 short story collections, and 2 full-length works of nonfiction.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You should try and read them all and then do a review.
Yeah.
I read like 50 of them. I don't know how many I have.
You've read all the ones you have right there?
Yeah.
They're super quick.
I mean, I read them when Grandpa was still around. Like, that's when I started reading Louis L'Amour. So,
you guys ever talk about it?
no, not really. He just was like, "You like those books?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I just kept borrowing and swapping. So, yeah.
Have you read Kilrone recently, or has it been a while?
It's been a while. I mean, I probably started reading them like 25 years ago, so. But I read like some of them recently.
When you were 5? No, I guess you would have been 9.
I was not 5. I was like, oh my god.
That's you, Madeline.
Oh my
I wish
gosh,
I
I would have been 9.
Now this is how math works.
Yeah, I was like 10-ish when I started reading them. Yeah, they're super good. They're such like quick reads. Like I appreciate quick reads that are good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll get sucked into a series and then that's like think about for months. And you're reading 20 Shadowhunter books.
Especially when it's like a series to where I'm so bad with series. Like if I start it, I have to finish it. Like even if I'm not loving it, I still want to get to the end to like have the finished collection up there, or like say that I did, or see how the story turns out. But it starts to get pulled in to a long series.
When I was like a kid, I was more into like horses and stuff. Like I'd read like about Manowar. That's why Bo is named Bodacious Manowar. A lot of horse books. So I think the Westerns just kind of fit in with that genre. So I was like big into reading about like Seabiscuit and Manowar and War Admiral and all those. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but
I like them. I think it's a different type of story and a different, I don't know, I feel it's like a different kind of book hangover, I guess.
yeah, it's
The
like
fantasy worlds are different.
yeah, it's like simpler times. I don't know.
Yeah. Andrea, sign us off.
And
Say,
Tucker,
Say something.
what do you want me to say?
say something.
One of the many Louis L'Amour books that we love. I don't know what to say for a sign off, but they're all good and I would totally recommend any of them. Plus, if you're just like going somewhere for an hour, you can read like half a book.
If you're a crazy fast reader like Andrea.
Yeah.